All right, so
She
just get ready.
sells by the seashore.
Yeah.
All right, let's start it.
Matt, okay, are we ready to go? Okay, hit start.
Hit intro.
Oh, it looks like are we already going? Is there a selection that's been made? The selection has been by you for the AC Crew Draft Edition.
Good choice. Good first pick by picking us. Join us for another edition of the AC Crew.
It's a no-brainer first pick.
Yeah, it's like no Jamarcus Russell, that's for sure.
Oh, wait, Jamarcus. Who's that?
I don't remember. I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, well.
NFL Draft, the mock draft edition. As some of you may know, the AC Crew has been invited to Chicago for the draft, the real draft.
The mock draft.
Not the mock draft. We're going to the big show. Roosevelt University in Chicago.
I mean, pretty excited, I think, as you would all expect. I don't really know what's going to go on, but we know that it's going to get rowdy for two Bears fans. And we're going to hopefully bring you some coverage or at least some video clips from the experience.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Look for us on everything because we're probably going to be really popular.
Yeah, NFL Network, ESPN, look for the ref. I'm just giving you guys a little clip here. So it's going to look like.
Jay Cutler will be represented at the real draft. So
until the Bears trade for a quarterback.
Anyways, this nonsense. Let's go through our mock draft. We're going to give you our 5 picks at a time from each of us. A quick discussion on what we think, and I'll tell you why my mock draft's better. So
yeah, I'm gonna just start out by saying Chad. He's definitely stayed up to 3 a.m. multiple days and looked up some game film and different things. Kind of going in here,
stupid amount of time.
Kind of going in here to like the wild card kind of guy. Just trying to keep it creative for you at home, and hopefully just trying to set up my Bears for a good future.
A little victory.
All right, Chad, you kick us off for me.
Start us off 1 through 5. First.
Hey, whoa, pick. Chad, you got to play
with the first pick of the 2015 NFL Draft.
Mock draft, AC Crew.
The Buccaneers select Jameis Winston. Easy no-brainer, I think, at this point. Number 2 gets traded. We're taking Marcus Mariota, number 2, traded with the Chargers. Chargers move back to 17. At number 2, Chargers select Marcus Mariota. Number 3, Dante Fowler still goes from Florida to the Jaguars. 4, Leonard Williams, small drop to the Oakland Raiders. And at number 5, first receiver off the board, Amari Cooper to the Redskins.
Whoa, Chad! So, Adam's mock draft, we went first pick Winston, second pick Mariota. Trade with the Eagles. So it's actually a 3-way trade. Eagles are going to trade with the Browns and the Titans. 3-way. I'll talk a little bit more about that later whenever we get the picks in. Third pick is going to be Fowler to the Jags. Fourth pick, Leonard Williams. Should we preface this by saying we haven't talked to each other about?
We haven't talked to each other.
Fifth pick.
Pretty private.
We got Beasley going to the Redskins.
Oh, Victor.
Victory to the Redskins.
Yeah, first reaction to yours. Looks good, pretty similar. The thing with the Eagles, though, Chip Kelly is going nuts. He wants Mariota.
He wants him.
Don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he can pull it. From what I just read, Bradford has already said that he would not sign an extension with the Browns. So they would be foolish, I think, to make any trade. Whereas the next team to possibly trade up would be the Chargers, who have a disgruntled quarterback in Philip Rivers. If you can't hold on to him, you need to build the franchise. And Mariota would be
it'll be the
your
Eagles.
West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
it'll be the Eagles.
I hope so. Other reaction, number 5, Redskins. I picked Cooper. They definitely would love somebody to replace Brian Orakpo. I went receiver. Kind of need to get some off my mock board.
You got sucked in. All right, Chad. Let's see.
They got a few guys leaving.
6 through 10.
6 through 10. We just talked about him. Old Vic Beasley to the Jets.
There we go.
Crazy athleticism there. Number 7 spot, the Bears.
The Bears. The best.
Guy I really like. I was really high on this guy. Randy Gregory. All the nonsense aside, and he's dropped a lot in the draft.
I think he's high on the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are a little high on him.
Yeah.
You might have to be to take him here. But he before all the trouble, he was drafting out before Fowler. Number 3 overall.
There's a lot of smoke out there now, since different allegations, different tests come out. So
yeah, I'm not trying to blow any smoke here. But Randy Gregory, good athleticism, good 3-4 linebacker. Shades of a little Alden
Good
Smith.
pick.
Shades of him, definitely not the same thing.
There you go.
Number 8, another pass rusher, Bud Dupree from Kentucky to the Falcons. We're also looking for a pass rusher.
Yeah.
First offensive lineman off the board to the Giants. They take arguably the safest pick, Brandon Scherff, maybe play guard or tackle from Iowa. And then number 10, my next offensive lineman, first tackle, is actually T.J. Clemmings from, I believe it's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's just a bull.
He fits. He's a lot like the Greg Robinson, athletic freak. He actually used to play defensive end. I didn't know this until reading recently. He switched over and he's played tackle, so he's still pretty new at it and been successful. What do you got, Adam?
We got with the 6th pick, we got Randy Gregory to the Jets. So you're saying
6-7.
You're saying
5-6 flip.
7th pick, we got a trade. Bears are trading back to the Dolphins at 14. Obviously going to pick up a couple more picks, but Bears don't like where we're at right now. Dolphins. They need a number 1 wide receiver. They trade up to get White. Cooper's still on the board there, but they go with White. Need a playmaker for Tannehill. Make things interesting. Number 8, we go Shane Ray to the Falcons. Had Bud Dupree here. Decided to go with Shane Ray. Number 9, had Scherff to the Giants as well. Pretty safe pick. And then 10 to the Rams, I went Amari Cooper. So, Rams, need a wide receiver last year. Was that 2 years ago? Got a little Speedy Gonzalez out there. Just didn't work out for him. So.
Yeah. First reaction, I got to say, I like the trade with the Bears. Ideally, we would trade back. However, the Dolphins just signed Greg Jennings to a 2-year contract.
Well, Jennings is garbage.
They got Kenny Stills. They've been doing some work getting some wide receivers.
They're garbage. They need a number 1 wide receiver. And those guys are number 3 wide receivers.
I think they got somebody maybe landed to them a little bit later. Yeah. I'm all right with all your other picks. I think our next 5 I got over here. Number 11, and yes, this is before somebody that was just mentioned. Minnesota Vikings are taking Devontae Parker.
Yeah, seems like a good fit.
He is
Louisville.
Arguably the best receiver, in my opinion. He looks like A.J. Green out there. Crazy athleticism, jumping up and high pointing the ball. From Louisville, little reunion.
Teddy.
It just makes sense. And he's a great receiver. I didn't believe in him until I did some of my highlight tape watch.
There you go, 2:30 a.m. film session.
Yeah.
Mike Mayock over here.
Yeah, he was online. Next pick goes to the Browns. Kevin White. I don't know what else to say with that. Need a receiver. Josh Gordon's out. 13 to the Saints. Shane Ray looking to build up the defense. He's got to go somewhere. There's a lot of potential there. 14 to the Dolphins. I'm kind of sad I had him last this long.
Your boy.
Todd Gurley. The best running back in the draft by far. Should be ready to play week 1. Todd Gurley to the Dolphins looking for somebody. No Sean. Might be their starting running back right now. He tore the same knee. He's no Todd Gurley. 15, 49ers. Honestly, I don't know much about this guy, but he's been blowing up boards. Eric Armstead, another D lineman. They need all kinds of help in San Fran after the offseason. What do you got?
Great picks. I feel like we're on the same page here. Didn't pick the same players, but with the Vikings, I go Trey Waynes, cornerback. Okay. I know they need some cornerback help. Arguably the top cornerback on the board, quick guy out of Michigan State. With the Browns pick at 12, that was actually part of the trade. They got the 2nd overall pick, so Tennessee's picking here. They got Bud Dupree. So Dupree, I've seen him pretty high. In some, I've seen him pretty low in others. So it's one of those guys that you either like him or you don't, kind of like Armstead. Number 13 to the Saints had Armstead. So I think we both thought that maybe we picked him a little higher than what he might go.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of great things about teams liking him.
He's a good interior D lineman.
Number 14, that's where the Bears traded back to.
Your boy.
My boy.
Your boy.
Shelton on the D-line. I just think he's going to be one of those guys that's 8-10 years down the road. He's still playing in the league.
450 pounds.
For Vince Wilfork, I don't care however much you got away, man. Watch some highlights of him. It's always nice watching the highlights, He always looks really good. So, and then 49ers, I had him taking D tackle Malcolm Brown. at 15. So we kind of went a little run on the defensive
run.
side of the ball. 12, 13, 14, 15 was all D-line.
I like what you did. Browns should definitely go DN. I think Armstead to the Saints makes sense. Another defensive pick for them. Shelton for the Bears. If the Bears are traded back, makes sense. I'm not really high on Shelton just because your next pick, Malcolm Brown, I like him quite a bit too. Then you've got Eddie Goldman later from Florida State that could be playing side. That are good guys too that could drop even to the second round. So I don't really want the Bears taking Shelton. Maybe even at 14. I really Todd Gurley. I think he's a little sexier pick.
Yeah, I don't look at guys like that, so we're going to move on. And just to say, our top 15 picks are pretty dang close.
Pretty close, without same needs being met.
And I think the next 15 are going to blow each other away here, if I had to guess.
Yeah, a little bit. So 16, we go to the Texans. Another offensive lineman, Andres Pete out of Stanford.
Yep.
Just an all-around set guy. I think he could be a starter day one. So next would be the Chargers pick, who I had them trading with the Titans.
Yeah.
And I have the Titans taking Trey Waynes, the cornerback out of Michigan State.
Good pick if he's there.
This was actually one of my issues. I changed it up at the end. Trey Waynes, I don't think will be actually the first cornerback taken. I modified my draft at the end. I don't think he's the best cornerback. Kevin Johnson, Marcus Peters, two guys I'm higher on for sure there. But
Gregory, you higher on him?
No, he's pretty high already.
Okay. Yeah.
Next pick is to the Chiefs, taking a little bit of cornerback help in Kevin Johnson. Like I said, a stud. He's out of Wake Forest.
Yep.
Playing the ball really well. We go to 19 to the Browns, getting the guy they like that slid a little bit. They're going to be happy. Danny Shelton, their nose tackle.
Yeah. Ooh, at 19, that's what you call it.
That's a drop.
That's Jameis Winston crab-legging it.
They like
stealing.
He had a friend that was like letting him say,
yeah,
guilty. 20 to the Eagles. I think they did a mad scramble to try and get Marcus. I just don't think it was going to work out so much. Marcus Peters, he was one of the highest ranked cornerbacks.
Best cover corner right here.
Had some trouble at Washington. Great corner, little off-field issues, but great cover corner, great tackler also. On to you. What do we got?
All right, we're gonna go 16 here to the Texans. I went Parker, so I mean you had him going earlier at 11, but I think it's a great steal. Texans kind of looking for that guy, after Andre. So Parker's the wide receiver.
I'm high on Parker for sure.
Number 17, we have Todd Gurley going to the Chargers. So
freaking Todd, dude, he's
going to be good in the league.
He's great.
Kansas City got him drafting offensive tackle Clemmings. Did you already have him go?
Yeah, he was my first offensive tackle.
Yeah. Then I had the Browns at 19 pick Perriman. So it was kind of a struggle for me. I really wanted to go with another guy there, but the Browns,
the speedster.
The Browns aren't going to pull the trigger on him. Number 20, which is also a Browns pick, so it's an Eagles pick, but with the trade with the Titans and the Eagles, a three-way deal. Had him taking Kendricks, the inside linebacker.
Interesting. You said this was that was the Browns picking.
The Browns are picking. So
it caught my eye because it's the Eagles spot, but Kendricks' brother Micah Kendricks is actually on the Eagles, the linebacker already.
They were close. Fate was close, but they didn't work out for them.
Good players. No immediate reactions other than I'm a big fan of Parker and Gurley. You got going there, two guys that could be. And really, Clemmings. Three guys that have the top 10 potential. Just with other issues.
Yeah, I mean, in 3 years, three guys that could definitely be, good steals at 16, 17,
Maybe need a little bit of time. Let's see. Moving on to 21, to the Bengals. From what I read, they need a little bit of offensive line help. I got them taking DJ Humphries, kind of a left tackle out of Florida. Not overly impressed. They needed an offensive lineman. He's high on everybody else's board.
Give me a big body.
It's hard to scout an offensive lineman. I don't know. You're big and you can lift a lot of weights.
Offensive linemen are terrible. I can't center position, especially is just.
What?
What position do you play?
Center. Next pick, we go to the Steelers. Immediate feeling of need here. Troy's out. Landon Collins is in. Quick replacement. They want a cornerback pretty badly, but they feel another need at safety. Might be more important in their system.
Okay.
23 to the Lions. Malcolm Brown out of Texas. Just a great interior defensive lineman. Fills their needs with their issues. Fairley still on the team, or did he leave in free agency too? They signed Lodi. Sue's gone.
Fairly's still there, I believe.
Still there? Deal? He's thinking about leaving though, right?
I think so. We can definitely look that up and let you guys know there.
Next pick, a guy I really like. I'm hoping falls to the Bears in the second round somehow. I don't think it happens. Bernardrick Kennedy to the Cardinals out of Ole Miss. Old Pat Willis's alma mater. Just a big guy taking on blocks, rushing the passer. Great player. 25, Carolina Panthers taking an offensive lineman. La'el Collins has been ranked pretty high in some drafts.
Yeah.
Once again.
Well, the thing with the offensive linemen, though, they fluctuate so much depending on team, depending on scheme fit, depending if you need a right tackle, a left tackle, depending if you need somebody that can play a guard as well. Like, it's kind of in the eye of the beholder there. Was that your five there?
That's the 5. On to you, buddy.
Okay, 21. I got the Bengals taking Collins, the cornerback. Then we got a little run of cornerbacks here. Steelers are going cornerback with Peters. You had him going a little bit earlier, I believe.
Oh, Marcus, I believe, to the Eagles. Yeah, Marcus Peters to the Eagles at 20.
Okay. And then I had the Lions. I had him getting defensive line help. I actually heard you talking trash about this guy. He's actually nose tackle. Phillips.
Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, Chad didn't like him very much.
Just did a little highlight tape scouting, and he's a big guy, but I don't know if he's a first rounder.
Arizona Cardinals at 24. I got Melvin Gordon. Been a lot of talk about Melvin Gordon going on that pick. Paired him with Ellington, and they're talking about Ellington just being a third down back there if they got him, but never know how that works out with a rookie running back. Then I have the Panthers taking Pete, offensive tackle. Like I said, he could be as early as top 10, or he could be in the second round. I've seen him all over the place.
These offensive linemen, like I said, it's hard to know. Reactions, I would say Melvin Gordon. I'm not not sold on him.
You're not a fan.
He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the size. He ran like 4.5. I know it's been a popular pick for the Cardinals just because they need running back, they say. I still like Andre Ellington. I think they've got other needs. Maybe bolster that defense a little more. Another great defense.
Yeah.
So let's see. We moved to 26 to the Ravens. Needed some wide receiver help. Perriman was a popular pick here. I went with Jalen Strong at Arizona State.
Jalen Strong, yeah.
Another guy that's been mocked as early as the Bears to the second round, first round. Great jumping ability. Highlight tape not as great, not as good as what you would expect. Cowboys at 27, taking a cornerback, another need they have. Jalen Collins out of LSU.
Yep.
Don't know much about him. He's been mocked pretty high. 28 goes to the Broncos, making a smart pick. I've heard this guy as being the best offensive lineman. Cameron Irving,
versatile.
A center out of Florida State. Used to play left tackle.
Yep.
Supposedly he was mocked to be one of a top 15, top 10 pick as a left tackle. Florida State moved him to center.
All three interior positions.
It's just a great pick, and I think there's something the Broncos like to do. Next pick to the Colts. Helping out the linebacking core a little bit with Eli Harold out of Virginia. Another pass rusher. He might be able to play inside a little bit too. They've got, I think Mathis keeps doing drugs and getting busted and getting older. So who's 30? Eric Kendricks, inside linebacker to the Packers.
Yep.
Just makes sense for him.
Oh, yeah. If he's there, I read one mock that said he'd just be a steal. I go 26, Ravens. I pick Johnson, the cornerback. You talked about him earlier. Kevin Johnson, one of the best cornerbacks in the draft. Cowboys, we have a trade here. Saints are at 31, trade up to 27. They're in fear that Dorial Green-Beckham's going to get taken.
Just a stud.
Saints trade up. They need Drew Brees needs somebody to throw to. Jimmy Graham's gone, so they trade up and get Dorial Green-Beckham. Hopefully keep him in line. The guy's got big potential. So that means at 28, the Broncos, we have Collins. Yep, the lineman. I was actually really close to picking the same guy that you did there for the Broncos, Irving. At 29, the Colts, we had Humphreys, offensive tackle, just a big body. You can never have too many offensive linemen. Protect Andrew Luck would be pretty smart. And then at 30 for the Packers, I had Goldman, the defensive tackle.
Eddie Goldman, Florida State.
Eddie Goldman, yeah. Number 3, number 4, right around that range for defensive.
Yeah. As we approach the 20-minute mark, I just noticed in here.
Hey,
We'll speed up
it's
the
great.
last ones. Last pick.
No need to speed up whenever you have greatness.
Yes, this will be NFL teams will pay millions for this. Maybe not millions, but they'll be spending millions of dollars on the players that we pick.
I think we wanted to kind of let ESPN, kind of let NFL Network know what they're competing with when the AC crew comes to the draft. So if you're still watching at 20 minutes and now 40 seconds,
True fans.
You guys are unbelievable, and I don't believe you if you say that you were.
Shout out to Jesse Wicks. He's our one fan.
Oh, Jesse.
So we got 2 more picks left. Saints, I have them taken. I would actually probably switch this, but I had some last-second changes. Saints picking Devin, I don't know how you say his last name, Funchess or something, 6'4", matchup nightmare, 236 pounds, just a great player. Like I said, I changed things a little bit. The guy I actually have ranked a lot higher. Dorial Green-Beckham to the Patriots. Scary.
Tom, just lob it, buddy.
Scary. I see him moving up if they had to. But, yeah, that's the 32. What do you got? Your last couple.
All right, so pick number 31 was just traded. Cowboys and the Saints. So the Cowboys are now at 31. They traded back because they knew that their tight end there, Max Williams, would be there. Need to replace Jason Witten in the future, give Tony Romo another weapon to use. He's also a great blocker. So it made sense for the Cowboys. They picked up some later round picks in that trade. Number 32, your Bears. Trading up at the end of the first round. They realized Mr. Collins, safety, hadn't been picked yet.
Still there.
Bears already had picked up a pick from the Dolphins. They're going to get rid of their second-round pick, potentially the Dolphins pick that they had been traded. They're going to get in the first round you're getting Collins. You're getting Shelton. You're going to really shore up your defense with just 2 picks in the first round. Patriots do what they like to do: move back in the draft, stockpile some picks. The Pats, potentially are taking all sorts of guys. I didn't have Strong picked yet as a wide receiver. Flowers, offensive tackle, seems to be getting a lot of hype. You have Shaq Thompson. And then we have a little guy that I think you want to talk about.
Byron Jones, yeah. He was just the freak at the combine out of UConn. Patriots could take this guy. He's really similar to, what's his name, out of Rutgers? Devin McCourty.
Yep.
A lot of similarities there. He's been mocked early. He's been mocked second round. I've even seen him third round, but... great player. Let's see any other last notes I would say. Perriman, I didn't have getting picked. The guy out of Central Florida, sub 4.3.
Speed guy, yeah.
Just quick. Speed's, I think people starting to see a little overrated maybe. There's more to it. Last thing I would say for the Bears, next picks. Second round, I really want Bernard Kennedy, the middle linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Other potential players, I still have Eric Kendricks, the right tackle. You got him getting... Not Eric Kendricks, Eric Flowers, right tackle out of Miami, just a mammoth. Third round, if he's still there. Second, I don't want him in the second round necessarily. Third round, gunslinger, Bryce Petty, like 6'4", 6'5", monster, cannon of an arm. Good potential there. If they were still looking quarterback, Brett Hundley, I would think would be there round 3 also.
Yeah. Chad, question for you: are the Bears gonna make a splash on draft day whenever we are there? Are you going to be applauding their pick, or are you going to be upset with their pick at 7?
I think it's hard to be upset with the pick. I've already accepted the fact that we may take a receiver. I don't want us to. I think the talent is there in the second round. I think there's a lot of talent that could drop. And those edge rushers up there, I don't know. We added a lot of guys in the offseason, but slightly upset. Last guy we want to throw out, hopefully he's there at 4. I think he goes early as 3. Is Ifo Ekriolomanu. I don't know how you say his name. Another guy towards ACL. Yeah, towards ACL out of Oregon. Just going to be a stud.
Yeah, great. I got a quick final thought. Saw it on Twitter this week. Mr. Number 1 overall pick, Jameis Winston, came out and said that the crab legs were given to him. Now, he said this after his season was over, after he's already declared for the draft. The fact of the matter is that because he said that he stole the crab legs, he got in less trouble than if he would have said that he was given the crab legs. So those would be improper benefits that he was given. So he may have missed time. Florida State may have gotten in trouble. Instead, he takes a minor offense. It's probably not on his record, but theoretically, it could have been on his record.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't have to miss games, anything like that. So it's telling college athletes that you'd rather admit to taking something or stealing something than to receiving benefits.
Yeah, that's something else. That's too much to think about for me. I don't think I have any more thoughts.
Well, we'll see you at the draft. Greg's place.